do the sharing. We need like elevator music. Please hold. There you go. All shared. You put the recipe link in.
Yeah.
Say hi if you're watching. Oh, I forgot about the banners. I've not been using them.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, we used to see what I could put on the banners. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Moira. Evening, everybody. Evening. Hi, Joe. I'll be with you in a second. Just replying to a message.
Is it a question on the group?
No, members.
Hello, Lisa.
Right then. How are we all doing? I probably said it last time I did this, which would have been at some point last year, obviously, but I don't know when last year. I haven't made this for ages. I mean, we would have made it at least once last year, I would have thought.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember when I made it. I suppose that shows you don't have to eat the same things over and over again, because we probably haven't had this for at least 6 months. I'm just looking at the recipe when I got in. I've got a couple of switches, but nothing major. So minced beef. Well, I've got a beef and pork mix, which I picked up from Aldi. Looks like. Is that an Aldi label, or is that yeah, it's an Aldi label. So do you know what? I can't remember price wise. I can't remember what it was. I think it's something like £4 a kilo for the beef and pork mince. That's a kilo tray there as well. So I'm only going to be using half of that. And I've got, instead of bacon, I've got some, these were on offer somewhere. I can't remember where I got them from. Some gammon steak, but they're almost like offcuts of gammon steak. They were 50% reduced. So I used some last night for Louis' dinner, but essentially they're big sort of chunks of gammon. So I'm only going to use a small amount for this anyway, to go along with the beef and the pork. There you go. That's probably enough for those bits that are there. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Fee. Fee, are you Fee? Yeah, you are. I can tell by the emoji. You're Fee South Africa, Fee. Did you join on? Let me just check if you are the right Fee though first. Say yes or no. Also, not applicable to the one in South Africa. I went to Tesco's earlier. I had to pick up a couple of bits. Yes, excellent. Did you join the kick last week as well? Because when I saw you comment in the group, I think it was after the kick, and I swear I saw a fee in the kick, but we had quite a few people in. I picked up a tray of chicken thighs in Tesco's earlier. These are it's a 2 kilo tray. Right, brilliant. There you go. That's cured my curiosity now, Fee. So thank you. So these 2 kilos, so it's bigger than the average tray. There's 11 chicken thighs in there. You know, obviously, it all depends as to how big they are, to whether you're going to get 10, 11, or 12. Hi, Lainey. With the club card, not sponsored by Tesco's, with the club card, it's £3.90 a pack, which is less than £2 a kilo. So for those that are just starting out and thinking, well, it's going to be expensive, okay, I would eat probably more of these than the majority of people, but 11 thighs in there, easily 3 meals, easily, even for me, 3 meals. You know, there'll be others that will get 4 meals out of there, maybe sort of, you know, two and a bit or whatever. Don't know how you eat a bit of a thigh, but you know what I mean, per meal.
Well, you could shred all the meat off.
You could shred it, yeah, you could shred it. So, you know, £3.90 for the pack if you use your club card. It's actually, if you didn't have a club card, you don't want them tracing you, then I think it's only just over £4. So I think it was under £2 a kilo with the club card and £2.10 or something with the club card per kilo. Well worth it. And another tip, if you're going to buy a tray that size of chicken thighs, cook them all off together. Don't roast 2 at a time or 3 at a time. Cook them all off together, then freeze them down. So it's the most economical way to buy them, most economical way to actually cook them as well. Right. Yes. So that's probably, yeah, that's enough bacon or, you know, gammon in this case. We're going to start frying it off gently. So for the past 2 training sessions that we've had, so last night we did the bit of a movement thing, didn't we? So last night's training session, Lainey was in a changing rooms at the gym, and I mean a cubicle.
You said have lots of space to
Yeah,
move.
a cubicle. She literally went, I think that's as far as I can go. So she was very much going backwards and forwards. This morning, hi Karen, this morning, which was a slightly earlier session than we've previously held them. So at 7:30, Lainey turns up, hood. She's like, turn the camera off for 1 minute. She's like, this is it. I'm here. Turns the camera off. There was a... There it is. Hi, Deb. This is a tray of chicken fat that came out of it. Well, it's a bit of a mix, actually. It's a tray of fat that's come out of the Ninja. It's a bit of chicken. It's a bit of probably lamb. It's just pure fat. I'm going to use that little bit of that to fry the bacon in first. It's a really simple dish to do this. Very simple. So I'm actually going to prep my chicken thighs. I'm going to get them in a blend, and I'm going to roast off all 2 kilos tonight. Now I like to do the bacon cheeseburger pie in the glass dish.
You use the glass dish to make the salmon baked.
Oh, okay. All right. So I won't be using the glass dish for the bacon cheeseburger pie.
Oh, there's the black ninja one in there. I just used it to grow some chicken.
Oh, that'll do. That'll do. Okay, it's already been used. It's got a bit of chicken fat in the bottom, but that's perfect. It's ideal size anyway. Obviously, alternative ovens are available. Hi, Helen. That's okay. Don't worry. I was almost late as well, stuck in traffic. So again, this particular dish, if you are just starting out, I mean, this again is a great one to sort of prepare, portion, ready for during the week. You know, you can, if you don't mind eating the same thing 2 or 3 times, then there you go. You've done meal prep for at least 3 or 4 meals, or as a family meal. Just because it's coming out of a keto cookbook doesn't mean that the rest of the family can't eat it as well. Macros on this, so 50 grams of protein, about, depending on which meat you use, 37 grams of fat. Again, that all depends as to which meat you use, but they're all going to be around about the same, and 1.3 grams of carbs. That's not really going to change depending on the meat that you use, whether you're going to use 5%, 10%, 20% beef, whether you're going to mix the beef with the pork, whether you're going to do what I've done here and use a bit of carrot. None of that contains carbs, so don't worry about that. You know, those are to your taste.
We need a tea update.
Oh, we need a tea update. I wonder what you're on about there, Lisa. I've just made an oolong. I say just. I mean, I did it 20 minutes ago. It'd be cold by now, wouldn't it? Where's Kat? Where's Miriam? It would be cold by now if I just made it and left it. So to ensure that I don't pick it up and burn myself, because, you know, it's dangerous picking up hot tea.
Karen is tired of tea chat.
I can do this with one hand though, Karen, so I'm good. Tap on your mug image to connect. I thought I had.
You did say it had
a
hang on. Update.
Yeah. Right. Let me just get a spatula. Oh no, it's not connecting. Why are you not connecting? I might have to do the taste test. Please give me a spray spatula. Right, in the mug. There we go. Why are you doing that? What's that noise?
I can still carry the remnants of his
Oh, right. Oh, I'll tell you what though, Lisa, that's pretty damn good. It feels like 2 degrees too hot right now, but you know. Now, this dish doesn't contain any any onions or shallots or leeks or anything like that. If you want to, you can do something like that. I'm going to add a little bit of spice. I've got some, this is the sriracha paste. So when we make sriracha sauce, this is the pulp that comes out from the sauce to make it a sauce. So this is ultra hot. This is just red chilies and I think garlic. Yeah, garlic in there that have been cooked and then forced through a sieve. I think I probably just need to, you know what I need to do, Karen? I need to turn it off and I need to turn it back on again because it's my Bluetooth not working. Right, so. I really should just carry on cooking rather than looking at the phone. Right, I'm going to put half of this meat in. So I'll break it up over. Let's do about that. Yeah, the meal comparison was pretty decent, wasn't it? I've not done that for a long time. The dogs enjoyed their rice; they loved it. I think I'll blame Coco's hyperactiveness on the fact that I gave her rice last night. Not that she's an absolute pain in the backside when she goes out for a walk. Because it isn't all the time. Hello, Miriam. For your ears, Bernie. Right, nice high heat. We want to get this meat fairly well cooked before we're adding anything in. Right, just let that cook down. Don't wash the hands. I'm going to try and reboot the phone. Okay, make sure your mug is turned on and in range. Well, it is turned on. Oh, is it on down there? Have you unplugged it? Because the mug's lighting up. I've got a light on here.
Yeah, it's working.
Oh. It's just gone red. I've just put it back and it's just gone red. Oh. How do you turn your phone? How do you turn your cup off and start again? Hi Dan, how you doing, mate? It's Bluetooth. That's just for the heating element. We're trying to find out, Kat, because Kat, because how to power on and off. It's not connecting. Oh, hello. Press the power button. There's a power button on the cup. I can't find it.
On the base?
Press on. No, I can't feel a button or anything. And obviously I can't tip it upside down. Oh no! It just indented. It just wow, okay. I was being too gentle with it.
Someone's obviously got bored.
Right, anyway. Sorry.
Tea temperatures.
Yes.
And decided to sabotage it.
Alright. I need to read those instructions a bit more. Right. I am going to add the spices. You can see that's cooked down. Just breaking up the meat. This is going to be quite a chunky cheeseburger pie because of those bits of gammon inside it. Right, I'm going to add the sriracha paste. It's a fair amount. I did say to Ella, this is going to be quite spicy, and she seems to be okay with it. And I'm going to add some herbs as well. And a little bit of garlic powder. Right, let me read that again, because now I've found the button. I now need to do what it says I need to do. So it's, I am a. Oh, there it is. All right, I've powered it off. All right. So there's a blue light, and it's just sort of like gone off slowly. There you go, blue light coming on. There you go, white light. Okay. Anyway, not having iced tea. Right, a little bit of garlic. Let's get this done, and then I can crack on with the chicken as well. In 25 minutes, and we're trying to work out how to keep my cup hot. I've got some mixed. Well, I'm mixing some herbs essentially. I've got some parsley. I've got some thyme. I've got some sage. Just for a little bit of extra. Yeah. Just a quarter of each. Yeah, but it's not as much fun, Kat.
Margaret's asking what type of coffee is it?
It is a heated cup. Oh, it's a heated cup, Margaret. Sorry. It has a little platform that it sits on. There you go. And it keeps the tea to at whatever temperature you want it to be at. Although right now, my phone and my cup are not talking to each other. They've obviously fallen out at some point. I know what it is. I didn't use it this morning. I actually had a cup of coffee in a standard cup.
It's gone soggy then.
You what?
It's gone soggy. I'm not using it.
So anyway. Yeah, but Helen, it'll go cold. It's going to sit there until I finish, and it'll still be 59 degrees. None of this taking the lid off the flask and trying to take a sip through a thermos mug. It's a proper cup, just with a heater. Anyway, Lisa, see what you started. Okay, that's done.
Smells good.
Yeah, got a little bit of a kick to it. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Right, I can go off. Oh, right, okay. Okay, right. See, Fee's with me. It's fantastic, Fee. It's still maintaining its temperature. I mean, the fact that my phone doesn't want to talk to it, it doesn't really matter. It's still maintaining temperature. Right, okay. The meat is going into the base here. It is quite a meaty dish. You know, so you if you're going to have this, you're not going to have anything else. You're not putting it aside with it, really. It is a substantial dish. It's a sad world when even your cup decides to fall out with you. Tell me about it, Dan. Yeah? I mean, the fact that I didn't use it this morning, it was a bit of a weird morning this morning. So Louis went to do his Mod 2 driving test for his motorbike, which he passed. But it was really early this morning that he had to be down there. So I said, well, I'll walk the dogs for you. I don't normally walk the dogs first thing in the morning. So I set Clive, the coffee machine, to make the coffee at 6. And I came down and got a cup of coffee, but in a normal cup because I took it back upstairs to have a shower. So I didn't use the Ember cup. That's here in front of me. You two can go away for now. We're not putting up with you two this evening. Still in my bad books. Especially the little one.
They've been fine for me.
Yeah. Well. So yeah, I think the Ember cup is just sort of saying, no, you can bugger off. Not responding today. Right, anyway, the topping is eggs. So it's 6 eggs, which I'm going to blitz with a little bit of sour cream. Is that 3? Or is that 4? There's 4 in it. 4. And then top the whole lot with some cheese. I mean, whatever cheese you want, really. I think Coco is still suffering the effects of carbs. Honestly, she's upside down at the moment.
She's on the verge of doing a handstand.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that dogs can't actually stand on their hands, but I'm just going to give this a quick let's. Add some cream, add some sour cream, 120 grams. So it's about a third of the tub. I mean, if you want to weigh it, you can. I just want to get back to my cup now. I want to find out what's gone wrong with it. I'm going to sit and spend the next hour trying to fix my cup. She can run a handstand session. Well, Coco's going to run a handstand session. All she was doing there was, it looked like she was trying to do a handstand, but she was just rubbing her head into her bed. Saw a video of a boxer dog. So you know the wreck, and you've got that fence along the side, like the big chicken wire type thing. The boxer dog obviously had an itchy back up, and he was walking, just walked all the way along with his head rammed into the fence and just rubbing his shoulder, rubbing his head. Him, effectively.
Yeah, that's a very much Archie thing.
What did I feed Coco? Right, let me just finish this. Right, so there you go. There's the cooked meat in there. We're just going to pour the egg on top, the egg mix on top. It seeps in, but it doesn't sort of, it's going to cover the top. It doesn't turn into a big sort of like omelette or anything like that. People sort of think that suddenly it's going to get into all of the meat. It doesn't. If you press the meat down, I'll pop that in. It's going to bake in and around the meat. It is going to rise.
You put in cheese on it?
I'm going to while it's in there. I just want to get it in.
I've only got fancy cheese actually. Got that chili cheese.
Gruyere. A little bit of Gruyere. We'll do that. What's the machine just right? So that's the Ninja Bullet. Not sponsored. However, it's a really good bullet. I mean, they pretty much so many different brands of those types of things. The difference with these is they've got better blades. All right, it's not really going to take much to blitz a few eggs. It's a fairly powerful motor in there. Excuse me. You can use it for grinding, seeds. If you ever want to make, ground-in seeds, it'll do that for you, no problem at all. Right, that's enough cheese. It's just enough to go across the top. There you go. There's 30 or 40 grams in there. It's plenty. What was Karen shouting at the TV for?
Cheese.
Oh, cheese. All right. You're only baking the top. The meat's cooked, so you're only baking the top. It won't take long. 20-25 minutes. Probably 15 in that. I mean, I'll probably still be live at 15. I bought this before Christmas, and then I've not eaten hardly any cheese over Christmas. It's as I said, the cheese drawer is full of posh cheese. Oh no. Ah.
No, Deb, I haven't.
What's that?
Making the panda biscuits.
Oh no, not just yet. Right. Sorry. I'm going to do my chicken, but I am also going to try and work out what's wrong with my cup. So.
Joe, the Ninja's on 190.
Yeah, whacked it on 190 bake, 15 minutes. It's just the preset, just baking the eggs on top. I'm going to. Hang on. Right. Let me, Kerry, if you're watching, no, post it. I'm going to reset my phone. Restart that. I'll be finished with tea before I get the bloody phone to talk to it. Right. Chicken and blends. Yes, this is Tesco's chicken. I was just saying, this is 2 kilo trays. So, yes, bigger than the average. There's 11 thighs in here that, varying sizes. Well, they're all decent, actually. They're all very decent, thinking about it. I mean, well, if essentially, if they're 2 kilos, they're going to be just short of a couple of 100 grams each, aren't they? There's 11 of them in here, including the skin. Edible product is probably going to be a good, there's only one bone in it, 150 edible. So I'm going to coat these in blends, whether I go with one blend or whether I go with some different blends. Give me, what's your favourite blend? So I think I've probably got all of them.
What was that now?
4, 5. These are actually big. I think even I would only have 3. I won't lie. I'll probably have 3. Have we got a tandoori blend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll do 2 different blends then, because I'll probably need to bake them. Well, I don't think the coffee one goes with chicken. Away. You're not my friend today. Away. No, not even. Anyway. No wrong one. So. Right, that's the fennel blend.
No. Look at that. Sit down.
Right, I can't see tandoori.
Go bed. In the jar. Sit. Again.
No, it's not.
Well, I used it.
You used it.
No.
Well, okay, can you? Oh, I did like the Marmite chicken. The coffee blend's best with dark meat, so beef and pork. Coffee blend, really good. I prefer to use it on a steak. Simple as that. Okay.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul. How you doing, mate? Welcome to the channel. Sure, that's tandoori.
Yeah. You meant to mix it with yogurt and lemon juice.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. That's a bit of a difference, then, isn't it? I'll do the 2 blends and 2 different ways of using it. Okay. Fair enough. Instead of cracking open another yogurt, I've got a little bit of creme fraiche in there. It's no different. So I'm going to do the tandoori, create paste, and then add the chicken. We've only got like 9 minutes left on that, so we might as well. No one's going anywhere, are you? You got anything to do Wednesday evening? I mean, I've got to remember that I've got kicking just over 2 hours, so
Is Louis walking the dogs this
it's
evening?
gonna have to. Especially as I walked them this morning.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Didn't know. It was very windy.
Yes, it was very. It was windy overnight. It was, disturbed quite a lot overnight. You're waiting for. Oh, sorry, Miriam. Right. So, did you not see the class that I did last night? Members class, doing the comparison meals. I cooked off a bag of rice, and I think it's gone back in here.
Yeah.
So I did a comparison meal. So I cooked up one of these boil in the bag rice things. I've never ever used one of these in my life, and I've had it sitting around for several years to do something with. Anyway, I was doing a comparison as to how you switch from eating something that's high carb, so a portion of that, and it's not a big portion. It works out 200 grams once it's been cooked up with water. So once it's absorbed the water. Is 50 grams of carbs for a smallish portion of rice. And then I did the equivalent using what we call fridge gravel, which is the cauliflower, broccoli, and carrot. And even with the carrot, and go and drag some police into the live if you want. Even with the carrot, the total carbs for a 200 gram portion was no more than 12 grams. So we've gone from a 50 gram of carb starch, which contains nothing nutritional wise. I mean, there's no point even looking at what minerals and vitamins because it's just empty. It's just starch. So we went from 50 grams of carbs down to 12 grams of at least something that contains more minerals and vitamins. So it was just a simple swap. So the rice, once I'd cooked it and I'd done the little presentation plate show, the dogs had the rice because the meals that I'd cooked were for Ella and Louie. Right, okay, the tandoori. I'm going to leave that to marinate actually overnight. Not going to rush with cooking. So I've just mixed. There was no more than maybe 50 or 60 grams of creme fraiche. Could be yogurt, could be sour cream, doesn't really matter. Mixed it with a teaspoon of blend. Yes, again, this is all spices and herbs are carbs. That's what they are. They are carbs, but you only use a very small amount. A blend like this would be typically about 50, 60 grams of carbs per 100 grams. And I added less than 5 grams into the dish. So I've added 2 grams of carbs, maybe, into the chicken. Right, so tandoori can sit out and we can bake that up later on. So you can use like a dairy, or you can just go with a straight little bit of oil, a little bit of seasoning, rub it in, and coat the chicken that way. So, Paul, if you can, come to Kick tonight, 7:30. If you're able to, if you able to put a link in for Kick because he's on YouTube. Oh, we done it. Okay. Okay, Paul, click that link. I don't even know where it's going to take you, but it'll take you to our website and you'll find how to access the Kick. It's a free session. It takes 90 minutes. If I talk too much, it'll take 2 hours. You can always stop me. The best way of stopping me talking is ask a question. Right, again, a little bit of blend. Just get your hands in. Why is rice such a popular thing to eat? Cheap, yes. That's one of the main reasons. All of those starches are because we were essentially. Here's the reason why anyone eats high volumes of carbs and starch is because they're fat free. So rice, potatoes, pasta is essentially fat free. And when we became fat phobes in the 70s and 80s, we were told to avoid eating things like meat, cheese, cream, eggs. Everyone remembers the eggs thing. Then it switched to eating bowlfuls of starch. It's also because of the calorie counting phenomenon that again started in the 70s and 80s. It's 4 grams of carbs per 100 grams. So,
You said that wrong.
sorry, 4 grams. Sorry, 4 calories. Beg your pardon. Sorry, 4 calories per gram. So you can have your 100 grams of rice or 200 grams of rice, and it's not even 100 calories. Right. I've mixed in. That's it. That's all I need to do. Then roast it. Simple as that. So I'm going to whack it in the Ninja Grill. We're nearly finished on the foodie. Here's a tip that I do. I tend to sort of like open these out because obviously they've got quite a bit of skin on them. So I actually lay them flat because that skin will go crispy then. Yes, and again, it's one of the issues, isn't it? That obviously rice is cheap. Rice is long life, you know. Real food doesn't last. We know that. Real food has a very short shelf life. It's only when you dry something like that, you know, dehydrate it, that you can extend its life, or as most companies do, adding in, you know, unlimited almost additives, preservatives. It's the sort of stuff that we don't do, and we avoid it completely, which is why anything that we make, and that's make at home or make so the bakeries, anything we make it's got a short shelf life because it's real. If you want food that's going to last you a month or a year, then buy tins, because you can buy tins of tuna and buy tins of salmon. But the majority of the stuff that we eat is actually fresh, and you know the idea is that you make a batch, freeze it. Best form of preserving real food. I didn't put the grill on. Hang on. So I'm going to roast them 25 minutes, and then I'm going to turn them, and I'm going to do it again. I like mine overcooked, really crispy. I want the meat to just literally sort of fall off the bone. Right, the last one, I think there's a couple of chicken thighs left. Yeah. In honor of Kerry. Still 59 degrees, even though my phone won't tell me. I know it's 59 degrees. Unless you're eating it all, we have got Marmite, haven't we? We got.
Yeah. Last time I checked.
Last time I checked, it was in here.
It's not in there.
It's not in here.
It's not in that box. No. Be behind one of these. No, you must have eaten them.
Oh, for goodness sake. How can he go through an entire jar of Marmite by himself? Definitely not in here. All right, give me another flavour. You've never cooked chicken and froze it. How? Have it then. Do you defrost then? Okay, so obviously you can buy fresh chicken. We haven't got any fresh. Well, there you go. You can buy fresh chicken. I bought this today. You can freeze it down fresh like this right now, and then if you want to then use it, defrost it. It's best if you defrost it for about 24 hours. Now, the advice would be defrost it in the fridge. However, modern fridges are quite cold, and therefore it might actually not defrost.
Especially if you've got a meat drawer.
Especially if you've got a meat drawer. Our meat drawer is 1 degree or something like that, so it keeps it frozen. So if it's in a packet, or as long as it's covered, stick it on the draining board, because it's fine if it gets to room temperature if you are then going to cook it. So get it to defrost, it'll take less time to cook. If you've cooked it, then you want to allow it to cool, fully cool, properly, and then bag it, box it, whatever it is. I mean, if it's in a curry or something like that, put it in a in a takeaway container, and then freeze it down. And again, same things apply. Let it defrost properly. I know you can microwave it, but there's the issues of, are you microwaving and are you defrosting the outside and the inside is still fairly frozen? You are better to allow it to defrost fully overnight. Best way of doing it. Or get it out in the morning when you go into work, and by the time you get home, it would have defrosted. Add food. Right, they're done. Oh, that one's done as well. Right, we haven't got. What else can I do? Do you know what? No, I know. Just really quickly, because it was asked for a couple of times, I'm going to do those two in the coffee and cardamom blend, just to see what it's like. Never done it, but I'm always up for it. So I'll keep them separate to the fennel ones. Oh, we haven't got any egg white protein, have we?
No. Got whey isolate.
We got some. Okay, I'm going to show you something to get a crispy coating around it. Turn into a right old session, this one. Right. Crispy coating. So a bit like the KFC mix that we have, whatever it's called. And you can make this at home. You can use a blend. I'm going to add a little bit of blend. I'm going to need to break it up a little bit. Again, because we don't put any starches or anything in the blends, they will clump together because they get pressed together. So I've added a little bit of blend into there. I'm just going to wash my hand. Is it unflavoured isolate?
Yeah, the bulk one.
That one. Using something like this, which is a whey isolate, you could use egg white powder if you've got a couple of £1,000 to buy a bag of egg white powder. Or you can use lupin, which will give you a very similar effect. However, lupin's an allergen. Ella doesn't eat it. So I'm adding, it's about 15 grams, 20 grams of whey isolate. Just making a blend, just making a mix. You don't need to dip the egg. So dip the chicken in egg, okay? The thigh is going to go straight into that. I'm going to put them on a little tray because they don't get cooked off now. I'll cook them off later. I'll show you some pictures. But essentially, give it a good coating. And this will feel like a KFC batter. There you go. So, all around. This type of coating is great for if you want to do like halloumi fries. You'd need to dip the halloumi in egg first. But there you go. So it sort of it clings to the skin, sort of dries it out a little bit. There's a little bit of mix left, but not much. Right. Let's see if bacon cheeseburger pie is done. Of course it is. It's done. Right. Show you this. I'll portion a little bit up. It's Louis dinner. So, there we go. Yeah. Beautiful. So essentially, this is four portions, yeah? So it would be 4 standard portions. I'm just going to take out 4 portions. Oh, sorry, 1 portion. However, in this house, it's more like 3 portions. So this 50 grams of 50 grams of protein is okay. It's good. It's certainly better than most people consume in a single meal. However, I know Louis will definitely eat more, and he's more than comfortable at eating 60, 70 grams of protein in a meal. So that's not an enormous meal, but that's 50 grams of protein, about 40 grams of fat, and less than 2 grams of carbs. So if you're just starting out, that meal there, I don't know how much it's going to cost in total, but it's probably something like £2 for the meat. If you work on 15p for an egg, if you're buying sort of good free-range eggs, there's 90p. Bit of bacon. It's under a £5 to make the dish. It's under a £5. As I say, that would be a standard portion. Essentially, for Louis, I'll be giving him a little bit more. Don't be afraid of doing that. That means that you're satisfied and you don't snack for the rest of the night, and you've just eaten 60 grams of protein. That's fantastic. That should satiate you for several hours and get you through until tomorrow at some point, whenever you feel like eating again. Right, that's it. Well, I'll post some pictures later of fennel chicken, and then the crispy coated chicken also that I've got here. And I'll do the tandoori ones tomorrow, so you can see those. Right, I better go. I'm gonna sort myself out, ready for kick. Again, if you want to come along, it's a completely free session. You'll find the link in you'll find the link in the events in the public group, or follow that link on that Ella's just posted onto the website. It's just introduction. If you're brand new to this, it's just an introduction to living a low carb keto lifestyle. You'll get bored of me saying that, but it just hopefully will just make it a little bit easier to understand, take some of the pressure off, and hopefully you'll realize that even today now you're surrounded by friends. There are all people that are following the lifestyle. If you're brand new to this, just come and say hello in the Facebook group. Just come and find us. Right, that's it. Other than that, I'll see members tomorrow. When are we live next?
We've got team couch time 7:30 tomorrow.
Oh yeah, couch time tomorrow. I've never done one. So 7:30 tomorrow, which will be one of these. It'll be a live on YouTube and on Facebook. And then, is it me then live again on Friday?
Crackslaw.
Right, so on Friday I'm doing crackslaw. It's one of our other initial dishes, and it's another one that is family friendly and effectively less than a £5 to feed 4 hungry people. Right, I'm done. See you all later. Have a nice evening. You in the